You know all that snow and rain we've been getting all winter? That is making potholes. When the temperature drops, the asphalt on top of a road wants to contract, but it can't, so it cracks. Then the wet soil underneath expands as it freezes, pushing the asphalt up, making bumps in the road. Later, when the ice melts, the soil washes away, and you've got a pothole. So why can't the state and towns just repave the roads? New Hampshire's highway fund is mostly made up of the state's gas tax and vehicle registration fees. Then the federal government adds to the pot, too, last year with about $175 million. Much of this cash goes towards New Hampshire's 4,500 or so miles of state roads, but 12% of the highway fund goes to towns, which maintain 12,000 miles. That may sound just fine, but it's getting more expensive to pave roads. See, lawmakers haven't raised the gas tax in 21 years. Since then, the price of asphalt has almost quintupled. That's because it's made out of petroleum. And the dollar is worth only 60% of what it was in 1992. At the same time, fuel-efficient cars mean drivers are buying less gas. That means we're contributing less and less to the highway fund and paving fewer and fewer roads. Climate change also takes its toll, with 4 major floods occurring in the last several years. A severe flood can destroy a town's road budget in 24 hours of heavy rain. But delaying road projects can add up, too. The way New Hampshire's DOT puts it, you could drive all the way to Fargo, North Dakota on state roads that are considered in poor condition. You would make it all the way to the Yukon in Western Canada on fair condition roads before you got to any good roads. Those would take you the last 800 miles to Anchorage, Alaska. The way things are going now, we're adding 90 miles to the state's bad roads every year. DOT says it would take an additional $12 million each year in revenue just to maintain state roads at their current conditions. The state is repaving 350 miles of road this year. Now, if it seems like the DOT and town workers just keep paving good roads over and over again, while the road you live on gets worse and worse, that's because they are. To repave 1 mile of good road costs $50,000. To repave 1 mile of a failing road costs 20 times that, $1 million. The government is getting more bang for their buck by repaving good roads than rehabilitating the 37% of state roads that are already in poor condition. So what do all those miles of bad road mean, other than slow, swerving car rides, that is? They mean about $323 in car repairs and other costs for most Granite Staters, which is more like $500 annually if you live in the southern part of the state. Those numbers are slightly higher than Maine's and much higher than states in warmer parts of the country. Take struts, for example. They cost $500. Mechanics say in New Hampshire and other Frost Belt states, you'll get 3 or 4 years out of them. Down in Florida, you get 10 years. Most everyone in New Hampshire agrees the roads aren't great, but not everyone agrees we need to raise taxes to fix them. Lawmakers are debating this, including increasing the gas tax and designating funds from casino revenue. You can learn more about all of that at nhpr.org.